emerging trends and risk perspective. This is being given by Dr. Shehzad Faisal. He is presently head of processing and food engineering division, and he has vast expertise in this processing food engineering areas, worked on number of innovative technologies and frontier areas related with the food processing. And he is almost having experience of around 18 years. In apart from that, earlier also he worked for some time in Nepal. Which university, sir? Tribhuvan University, Nepal. So he will be dealing in details about this topic. So I hand over to Dr. Faisal for this presentation. So try to continue.
Thank you, Dr. Shukla, for providing me an opportunity to speak something about packaging of fresh fruits and fresh and processed fruits. Basically, we are going to discuss a little bit in a form of overview about the status, emerging trend and risk perspective, Jammu and Kashmir global context. So before proceeding actually within the topic, let us discuss something about what is the requirement of packaging, right? So do you have any idea about packaging? Why we are going to conduct the packaging technology? Why we pack the food or anything? Any background idea?
To save the food quality.
Okay.
Extend the shelf life.
Extend the shelf life. Okay.
Market.
To ease the transportation or handling,
Yes.
maybe all those things. Okay. So let me start from that point. First of all, we should know packaging is a technology which is to isolate the food from its surrounding atmosphere. Right?
Yes, sir.
That means when we pack a food, basically we are encapsulating it or isolating it from its surrounding atmosphere. Now, by isolating it from surrounding atmosphere, there are so many benefits. Like it has a microclimate within the package, apart from the outside climate. So it will provide protection from the climatic changes. There are so many factors. We will discuss later on in so many lectures what are the factors which influence the food within the packets or without the packets. Okay. So basic function of a package is to isolate the food from surrounding atmosphere. Now, coming to the functional requirement of the packaging. So basically, on the basis of functionality of the packaging materials or packaging requirements, we have three types of, broadly we classify three types of packaging. Right. First one is primary packaging. Primary packaging means the package which is in direct contact with the food material. Then coming to the secondary packaging. That means a food which is packed in a primary packaging material is being further packed in certain maybe boxes, cartons, maybe plastic containers in order to ease the handling and transportation and to provide enough mechanical strength to the material. Right? Okay. So this is the basics of packaging technology. Coming to the global context and status, emerging trend and risk perspective, let us start with market growth projection. Market growth projection first of all. So global food packaging market sustainability trends shows that we have a 5.7% approximately compound annual growth rate during 2025-2023. Okay. So with a pace of 5.7% CAGR, our market growth projections is being expected from 2025 to 2023. So this CAGR of 5.7% was calculated on the basis of previous 5 years. Okay. So this is compound annual growth rate. So with each year at a pace of 5.7% growth, if we project the market growth projection of packaging landscape, we found that at present in 2025 we have 427.8 billion US dollars market for packaging, which is expected to increase up to 746.98 billion US dollars in 2034. So for this projection is for
10 years.
1 decade. So in 1 decade, approximately it is going to be double. So this is the market growth potential in case of packaging technology or packaging market. Now, this market overview is in which the leading market is in Asia Pacific, and North America is fastest growing area across the globe in which the market growth position is highest. Now, talking about sustainability trends, we have 43% market share for recyclable packaging materials, and for compostable 8.2% compound annual growth rate is absorbed during the period of 2025. During food service eco packaging, 41% of the market is occupied by eco packaging. So the key growth pattern drivers are e-commerce expansion. Nowadays we are, everyone is just calling a phone or online, serve the food at my home. So this is what we are observing nowadays. We are making the food delivered at a home or at our doorstep through a phone call or e-commerce trade, right? So due to e-commerce expansion, the demand of food packaging is too much expanded, because they have to pack the food in an appropriate packaging material and deliver it to the doorstep. So the key drivers are, first is e-commerce expansion. Next is convenience food demand. We have food which must be conveniently packed, right? Nowadays we have seen that so many, just take an example of pastry. It can be served in a carton box also. It can be served in a plastic container also. So a supplier has to see whether it is convenient packaging material or not for delivering the food to the certain place, because they have to go through so many steps. Then environmental regulations are also a driving parameter, and consumer sustainability awareness. So this is the global food packaging sustainability trend. Coming to smart technologies, which is reshaping food packaging. Traditional we will talk. First we should learn what are the smart technologies available with us. So integration of digital technologies is transforming packaging from a passive container to an active intelligent system. Containers are basically passive in nature. How we are converting or transforming these passive containers into intelligent or active system. This can be achieved through the integration of IoT and AI integration, traceability and transparency, and smart indicators. So first, smart technology is IoT and AI integration, in which the real-time monitoring of temperature, humidity, and gas composition has been monitored and conveyed to the consumer. Next is predictive shelf life estimation based on thermal history. That means through smart technologies we can monitor and analyze the real-time monitoring of temperature, humidity, and gas composition within the package, which is being utilized to access the shelf life estimation as well as thermal history. You must have heard about it or aware about it, that simply a apple which is being exported from India or maybe Kashmir to European countries, they want the whole history of travel of that particular commodity. What was the temperature, humidity, gas composition in which it was exposed from farmer to the consumer table. And accordingly they decide what are the safety hazard or health hazard associated with it. Because the key parameters are temperature and humidity. And along with ethylene respiration. Through respiration, the ethylene which is coming out through the respiration within the package, that may degrade the food during the transportation and up to the point when it is being reached to the consumer. So monitoring of this temperature, time and gas composition is very, very important, right? So this can be achieved through IoT and AI integration. Now dynamic route optimization for faster delivery. We have, nowadays we see day-to-day life, in 20 minutes pizza will be delivered. So that 20-minute time limitation or 10-minute time limitation will be optimized through route optimization, right? Through which route it can be delivered to the end consumer. So all those things can be integrated. Early detection of spoilage indicators. Obviously, when we know the history, travel history of the food, through which it is coming to the consumer, if we know, we can easily predict the detection of spoilage indicators, right? Say for example, if it is exposed in high humidity condition, then obviously the oxygen and waterborne kind of spoilage may be predominant, right? Or starch to sugar conversion will be much higher, right? So these can be achieved through IoT and AI integration. Now traceability and transparency. Nowadays we are talking a lot about blockchain traceability. So have you ever heard blockchain technology?
Yes.
Okay, any idea?
ऐसे जहाँ से मतलब फूड ये प्रोड्यूस हुआ है
Yes,
उसका
yes.
वहाँ से लेके कंज्यूमर तक का हर डिटेल्स
हाँ,
मतलब चेन बाय चेन
chain में, exactly. So blockchain is nothing but a series of activities which has been performed by different persons associated with different activities, and it is being given to a database, right? And that database is utilized for tracing the history of the commodity. Okay, what was the history behind it? From where it has been produced, how it is being traveling, what are the pesticides used, what are the treatment given to it, how it has been packed, what temperature, what humidity conditions it is being followed up to the consumer. So you can identify it, the whole history of the produce. Now for that, QR codes and near field communication tags provide instant access to the information, right? Enhance authenticity and combat fraud. So chances of fraud or is being minimized through this traceability blockchain design. So the transparency in the produce will be much higher. Builds which nothing which is basically builds trust and brand loyalty with consumers, right? Now the smart indicators are time temperature indicators, provide visual cues, that means the shape, color, etc. Freshness sensors that alerts consumer to potential spoilage, right? So when the sensor gives a certain threshold value to a higher value, the consumers are alert. Okay, there must be a potential spoilage within the food package. pH sensitive indicators, also in case of fresh fruits, the pH is being changing as the time of harvesting to the consumption is increased. So starch is being converted into so many biochemical changes is taking place within the food matrix, and that's how the pH is being changed. So by changing pH sensitive indicators, colors change is responsible for volatile amines. That means the ammonia based NH3 ammonia based composition is being changing with the pH value indicators. So that gives the smart indicators towards the spoilage, right? Now signal microbial spoilage in meat and dairy products. Look, meat and dairy products are very, very sensitive products. They are considered as most spoiling food commodity. They are spoiled in a very little time. If we don't boil milk after milking up to 2 hours, maybe in summer, it is enough to get it spoiled. Similarly is the case in meat. So for the commodities which are susceptible to spoilage very quickly, these smart indicators are very, very useful to detect the spoilage and to take appropriate action before time. Right? Now, if we look the functional innovations for these technologies, so modified atmosphere packaging, antimicrobial packaging, and edible packaging are available with us. So, advanced functional packaging solutions extend shelf life, enhance safety, and reduce wastage for perishable food commodities, especially milk, fruits and vegetables, and meat and fish. So these are considered as perishable food commodities. So for modified atmosphere packaging, the mechanism is to adjust the internal atmosphere by increasing or decreasing carbon dioxide level as well as oxygen levels. Because all kinds of biological and microbial reactions within the food is enhanced by the presence of oxygen and moisture. Right. So if we control the moisture present in it, that means controlling the relative humidity within the package, right, as well as controlling the oxygen availability, then we can retard the respiration rate, retard the biological reactions to take place, enzymatic reactions to take place, and so enhance the shelf life of the commodity.
That we use in CA stores, right?
Exactly. CA store is a kind of modified atmosphere packaging. That is there. So I have not intentionally taken the name of CA storage here because we are talking about modified atmosphere packaging.
Actually, the point is, sir, here, if we talk about the cherry,
Yes.
shelf life is very low.
Maybe 1 week.
How can we extend the shelf life of cherry if we talk about these modifications, all that?
Look, whether it is cherry or apple, in Kashmir if we look for storage purpose, we generally go for CA storage.
Right.
In case of apples. That is a different thing. We have a limited facility and a lot of productivity and not enough space for CA storage. That are the different scene. But the best possible storage facility is CA storage for perishable commodities. Whether it is apple or cherry or maybe strawberry. Right? Because it is having a very low shelf life. Cherry is hardly 1 week.
Hardly one.
Hardly 1 week. There are so many other ways also to enhance the shelf life of cherry especially. If you are asking about cherry, for cherry we are treating it with edible coatings. And we have conducted some of the experiments during our master's student research. Some of the edible coatings are very, very good to enhance the shelf life up to 14 days of cherry.
14 days.
14 days of cherries without any refrigerated conditions, even though in atmospheric ambient condition.
Are we using that technology in Kashmir?
No, not using. Let me tell you, the technologies which are available in laboratory. If you are going to implement such technologies at a mass level or scale it up to the producer, there are so many legislative requirements. Recently, you might not be knowing, there was a question in Vidhan Sabha Assembly in J&K that in Shopian area, the apple growers are being raised a question in Assembly that nowadays there is a carton box for apple packaging,
Yes.
which is being treated with silicate material, which is about to popularize because it enhance the shelf life and keep the freshness of fruit due to the presence of silicate based coating in the carton boxes. But the question raised in assembly was whether it is safer for human health and whether it is safely disposed for environmental concern. So these were the questions. So there was no study conducted in the research stations or research institutions on this particular thing. Globally, there are several, studies are available with us. So we suggest that if nanoparticles are there, then it is health hazardous. If the coating doesn't have nanoparticles, then it is free from any potential health hazard. But even though it is a concern, a matter of concern for the environmental impact, while you are going to dispose it of, whether it is going to impact on environment. So that is a researchable issue still. So what I try to say that there are so many technologies in laboratory level, but while we are talking about commercialization of technology, we have to take care of so many parameters, legislative requirement, government regulations, how you are going to dispose it of. That will be safer for environmental concern as well as for health concern.
That means till then we have to destroy most of our crops.
Huh?
That means till the legislation or the rules are formed, we have to destroy most of, as we are doing it, we have to destroy it.
Not destroy, just wait for the, taking care of all the concern and then implement the technology. Otherwise,
if we talk about CS stores, they are particular, this is for the horticulture products particularly,
Exactly.
right, sir? If we talk about the CS stores, these are limited.
very limited, very limited.
In many areas, in a Timark area or some other areas, CS stores are not available. Right?
Not available.
So how can we do, how can we increase shelf life without using the CS store? Is there any technology regarding that?
No, when CS storage was not there,
I heard some of my friends told me that in cherry there is special packing like that which enhances the shelf life of cherry around 10 days.
around 10 days.
Yeah. I'm not getting what kind of technology is that, and so if you
No,
can.
technology or simple packets.
Yes, that's
Simple
the
packets.
same. Yes.
Now you have heard and unable to tell this technology, how can I say something? How can I comment on it? Whether it is cardboard package or a
Polythene. Sorry.
Polythene, okay.
Yes.
if there is a polythene package, look, whatever you are packing in a flexible pouch, if it is vacuum packed or packed with the flushing of inert gas, then obviously the shelf life will be doubled. If any commodity have a shelf life of 5 days, it can be increased up to 10 days under similar storage condition, okay, if you use a vacuum packaging technology. This is a proven technology and has no side effect of it,
Okay.
right? Because you have created vacuum within the package, so there is no atmosphere. So due to which the water vapor transmission rate is also very low, as well as the atmosphere within it has no oxygen, almost no oxygen.
No.
So all the biochemical and enzymatic reactions are being suppressed a lot. So that will give you a double shelf life. This is universal truth for any of the commodity. So it doesn't have a big problem. But
Have university conducted any experiment regarding this?
these are the 10-year-old things. Now,
Then why it is not
why it is
included?
because vacuum packaging के लिए जो आप flexible pouches use करें, that flexible pouches are having no mechanical strength. No mechanical strength. During the transportation, it will crush. If you are talking about cardboard boxes, they are being sacked one over above in a truck or maybe road carrier and being transported from one place to another place. You cannot do the same thing in case of vacuum packed chip boxes.
We can do it. We can pack it and
Packed in secondary boxes.
then same in
Yes.
cardboard.
There is one limitation in that. In one box, you have packed approximately 1 kg of cherry, right? If you pack the 1 kg of cherry through vacuum packaging, what will happen? There are inter-fruit spaces,
Yes.
right? If you create more negative pressure, it will crush.
Yes.
So that means there is a optimum pressure you can create vacuum within the packet. Okay. Then there is a inter-fruit spaces will be there. Because of it is in bulk, that spaces contains oxygen. So that may decrease the shelf life. Getting my point? So what does it mean? 1 or 2 layer of cherry sheet can be packed in a package, and then you have to put it so many sheets in one carton and then transport it. So the technology will be little bit higher in terms of expenditure. So whatever the technology is available, it is not a thing that we should apply the whole technology for all the crops. Right? We have to see benefit cost ratio also. Whatever we are expending, that should be returned from selling of it. So there are so many factors. That's how we recommend certain technology for certain commodity. Right? Hope you understand. Okay. So that was the mechanism. And functions is nothing but inhibit microbial growth and slows ripening. Now the applications are for fresh produce, meat products, dairy items, for extending the shelf life, which is perishable commodities. Now antimicrobial packaging. The mechanism behind it is to incorporate antimicrobial agent into packaging material, like cytoxan, Madhya must be known very well, silver nanoparticles and essential oils. So these are the particles which have antimicrobial properties. If you incorporate it into the packaging material, it will give antimicrobial potential to the packaging material to suppress the bacterial and fungi reactions to take place within the package. Next is edible and dissolvable packaging, which is very much popular nowadays. So materials, starch-based wraps like that, and the mechanism can be consumed with food or dissolved in water. Whether it is one or another way, it is disposable or dissolvable. Right. So if we are talking about J&K horticulture potential and economic significance, so J&K contributes around 9% of the UT's gross domestic produce through horticulture, in which we consider apple, nuts, fruits and saffron crop. So which is basically supporting livelihood of over 7 lakhs family directly or indirectly, and is a major source of export revenue from that region. So premium horticulture producer apple, which is the backbone of economy of J&K state, which is a undisputed leader in production, accounting for 17% of the India's total output. So if we look into India's apple production, J&K share is 70% out of 100% of the share in the India. So only 30% apples can be producing from the rest of the India. 70% is coming from J&K. Talking about saffron, Pampo region produces world's most prized saffron with superior aroma and color. It is well known that the largest producer of saffron in globally is Iran, right? But Kashmiri saffron are known for its aroma and quality attributes. So quality-wise, aroma-wise, Kashmiri saffrons are much superior than Irani saffron, and that will fetch a higher price in the international market. Next is nut, in which premium walnuts, almonds and other nuts with exceptional qualities is available with the J&K horticulture commodity. So the key insight is J&K apple production is 7 times that of the rest of the India combined, and premium varieties command 20 to 30% higher price in domestic market, and saffron from Pampa region is exported to over 15 countries. So this is the J&K horticulture potential and economic significance, right? Now the critical challenges in J&K post-harvest value chain. So the first bottleneck is the severe cold storage deficit, about which we were talking about just now. So we have a 2 lakh metric tons of storage capacity, whereas the annual production is 25 lakhs metric tons of apples. So there is a severe gap, huge gap between production and the storage facility. Right. This is the first bottleneck, and or you can say challenge in the J&K post-harvest value chain. Outdated packaging, like traditional woven basket, thin plastic bags, and simple cardboard boxes offering minimal protection. Of course, they are offering a mechanical protection, during transportation or handling. But in terms of quality preservation, they don't have any protection, right? Or if you are talking about towards spoilage, there is no protection offered from these boxes or baskets or thin plastic bags. Now, climate vulnerability. Early snowfall, this is not directly concerned with the packaging, but this is also a bottleneck in the J&K post-harvest value chain process. Climate vulnerability. Early snowfall, destructive hailstorm during critical flowering period causes crop damage. So this is very obvious. We observe every year a lot of losses due to hailstorm are taking place. So the perfect storm of risk undermining the sector's potential is through traditional supply chain, there is up to 50% of the post-harvest losses. If we use semi-modern supply chain, which includes cold storage facilities, then it is reduced up to 25%. And if we go for modern supply chain, that is CA storage, then we can reduce these post-harvest losses up to 10%. So the key implications are significant financial losses for farmers. Obviously, whatever the losses is there, the loss is directly related to the farmer, because whatever it is he is producing is unable to sell it out. 50% is lost. So produce 1,000 tons and sold only 500.
500.
So he will get revenue for 500, but he has put an investment for producing 1,000 kg. So that is the major limitation. And emphasize on the farmer's loss. Reduced market competitiveness and undermining potential for economic diversification. Now if we see the current packaging strategy in Jammu and Kashmir, so we have traditional packaging, woven baskets for transportation and storage, thin plastic bags offering minimal protection, simple cardboard boxes without climate control. That means we are talking about the cardboard boxes without any coating. Because if we use silicate coating, it will obviously provide a climate control. Because silicates are absorbing oxygen and moisture. So it will give a climate control within the box. In case of modern packaging adoption, some exporters using vacuum packaging for premium products. Controlled atmosphere storage facilities being established, which is up to now very limited. Pilot projects exploring biodegradable packaging from agro waste. So this is in trend, and emphasis on that is from the government side and from the institution side also. The agro waste utilization for generating biodegradable packaging materials. So the impact on current practices is up to 10 to 50% losses, which reduces the farmer's income. And the key challenges behind it: high investment, initial investment for modern technology. Whatever, whether it is CAS or MAP or whatever, it requires a higher initial investment. Limited technical expertise among farmers. Farmers don't have much expertise for using these technologies, if it is available at the research station, right? And uneven access to advanced packaging solutions also. These are the key challenges for J&K. Now we are talking about emerging trends. What are the emerging trends in packaging system? So first emerging trend is a smart and AI-driven packaging system in which IoT-enabled smart packaging sensors are being transformed, packaging passive containers into active monitoring system, enabling real-time tracking throughout the supply chain, which is nothing but a component of blockchain design. So smart system components are IoT sensors, AI analysis, and farmers insight. So in case of IoT sensors, these sensors monitor temperature, humidity, and gas composition as we discussed earlier, and this data is being processed for predictive shelf life estimation, right, through artificial intelligence, and then it will give a farmer's insight कि आपको कब एक्शन लेना है. Receive a automatic alert on their mobile phone through IoT configuration. Okay, now it is a time to take appropriate action for it, right? So this is done to improve the extended shelf life, prevents premature disposal, improved income, that means reduce wastage and increase revenue, and optimize distribution, adjust routes based on real-time data and sustainability, which is reducing food wastage and carbon footprint. So this is the first emerging trend, IoT-enabled smart packaging. Next is sustainable packaging from agro-waste, which gives a circular economy from waste to packaging. That means that agriculture waste like bagasse or rice husk, which is available in abundance in case of J&K, especially rice husk. So this can be composed, natural decomposition is there, composting is there, and through composting it will be converted into in a form which can be processed and is being transformed into packaging materials, which is known as biodegradable trays or pouches, and is being utilized for end use for food packaging. And again, when we are trying to recycle it, these biodegradable material which is being used for packaging of food material are again being circulated through agriculture waste, and through the composting this will give a circular economy. So the key benefit for the circular economy is to reduce the waste and local resource utilization. Like rice husk, we can utilize it. So J&K potential, regional potential is abundant of paddy stock from agriculture is available for it. And sugarcane bagasse from local industry is also available for implementing of this type of circular economy. If we are talking about emerging trend number 3, blockchain for traceability and brand value. Basically, blockchain is designed for brand value. Right? The basic thing behind a blockchain is to improve the brand value and to compete with the international market. When you are trying to export your produce in the international market, then if you use blockchain, it can be easily acceptable over there. Otherwise, it will not be acceptable. So, basically it is a key to trust to the consumer. So, blockchain technology creates immutable digital records of a product journey from farm to consumer, enhancing authenticity and combating fraud. Right? So, how blockchain works? Creates transparent, tamper-proof records of product journey from farm to consumer. QR codes, near-field communication, tags provide consumer access to origin of information, which is basically building trust and brand loyalty through transparency, because everything is transparent to the consumer. The whole produce history is in front of him. So it will create a trust. And the benefits for Kashmiri product, so first of all, the premium pricing. The key differentiator of Kashmiri is saffron and organic apples. If through QR codes or NFC, we come to know, a consumer is coming to know that okay, it is an organic apple, then obviously the market value of organic apples are at least double than that of the inorganic apples. Then the authenticity and protection, combat practices of labeling foreign produce as Kashmiri. So through this blockchain trust, we can easily identify any product which is labeled as foreign. Combat practicing of labeling foreign produce as Kashmiri. That means some apple which is being procured from Himachal and labeled as Kashmiri apple, tagged in a box of Kashmiri apple and sent it to the market. So it can be easily detected. Okay, through blockchain, it is coming from Himachal, it is not a genuine Kashmiri product. Okay, so in that way, blockchain offers a trust among the consumer, transparency in the chain. So the market expansion, they enable premium pricing in domestic as well as in international market. So after that, let us see quality and safety risk in current packaging practices. So inadequate packaging solutions in Jammu and Kashmir compromise food quality and safety, leading to economic losses and health hazards also. So first is packaging deficiencies, quality degradation and safety concern. So in packaging deficiencies, minimum protection from woven baskets, plastic bags, etc. Whereas the lack of modified atmospheric packaging facility is there, as well as absence of vacuum sealing technology. This is the one of the packaging deficiency. Another, we have discussed earlier that each and every commodity cannot be packed through vacuum sealing technology. Now, quality degradation, rapid oxidative degradation of fresh fish. Moisture and oxygen exposure accelerates spoilage. We have already discussed it, right? Physical damage during transportation. So these are the quality degradation. And safety concern is microbial contamination of product, which is due to the presence of pathogens as well as enzymes. So these two are the key parameters for microbial contamination of produce. Temperature abuse during transportation. If the produce is exposed with a fluctuating temperature, then it is considered as temperature abuse during transportation, and eroded consumer trust in Kashmiri produce. So this 10 to 50% losses depending upon crop and the technologies applied behind it. Economical impact is significant financial losses to the farmers, and health risk is potential foodborne illness risk is there. So, coming to economic risk, losses, market competition and inequality, massive financial losses are there because cold storage capacity of only 2 lakh metric tons versus annual apple production of 25 lakh metric tons. So, due to this lag, we have. Then, what are the sustainable alternatives? Bioplastic production. That means competition with food crops for land and water resources. That means the non-plastic material are being used for creation of biodegradable films or biodegradable package. These are the first alternative, sustainable alternatives. Then end of life management, that is proper composting, recycling system needed for bioplastics. And then life cycle assessment, holistic evaluation of environmental impact required. Fine. जैसे कि हम लोगों ने पहले डिस्कस किया कि certain technology is there, but there is a need to evaluation of environmental impact also while we are recycling it or disposing it off. Right. So the environmental risk management requires balancing immediate pollution concern with long-term sustainability goals. Now implementation risk, cost, expertise and scalability. Despite technological solutions, several barriers hinder widespread adoption of modern packaging in JLK. So first is high investment, then technical expertise and scaling challenges. So high investment, capital cost for vacuum packaging or for controlled atmosphere packaging, storage, these requires high investment. Technical expertise, as far as it is concerned, limited training for advanced packaging system and traditional practices in waste. Scaling challenges are there also, pilot project lack infrastructure, fragmented supply chain is there. So small farmers lack capital for modern technologies, knowledge gap between research and farm is there, as well as systematic challenge requires coordination. Right. So the path forward is success requires coordination effort across policy, finance and capacity building to ensure inclusive growth. Now holistic risk management, a path forward. Integrated strategies combining policy, finance, training, research and development and essential to ensure inclusive, sustainable and scalable transformation of J&K packaging ecosystem, governance and policy. It has to develop a packaging waste management regulations, first of all, and then creates incentives for sustainable packaging. So the farmers or R&D sectors can be promoted to adopt it or to popularize it. Then establish quality standards for packaging. For each commodity, whatever recommended packaging technology is coming out of the research station, it should be standardized for a particular crop. Then financial support, subsidize advanced packaging technology. Then and only then it will be popularized and commercialized. Then develop low interest loans for infrastructure. Like CA storage, we have to develop infrastructure. So it should be low interest rate loans available should be there. Create public-private investment funds, and in terms of technical capacity building, train farmers in modern packaging techniques, establish demonstration centers for packaging and develop extension services for packaging innovations. So implementation framework will work like, first of all, we have to start a pilot project and then scale it up for having a systematic change in the packaging market, right? So the conclusion is, from commodity to global brand, Jammu and Kashmir can transform its agricultural potential into a globally competitive, sustainable food system by aligning with global packaging trends and technologies. So transformation pathways to adopt smart packaging technologies, develop sustainable material from agro-waste, that means biomaterial, then implement blockchain for traceability, which may be used for enhancing the transparency as well as the consumer awareness and higher market value. So the expected benefits out of it is to extended shelf life and reduce post-harvest losses, economic resilience for farmers and fruit processors, enhanced global brand value for Kashmiri product or any local product. Then implementation strategy would be coordinated effort of government, private sector as well as academia. The financial support for technological adoption and technical training for farmers and processors for adoption of these technologies. So the vision for 2030 is, by 2030 Jammu and Kashmir aims to be recognized as a global brand for high quality, sustainably packaged agricultural products. I think that's all. Thank you. So I try to just summarize the whole training program in one lecture. I hope कि जो rest of the 7 days है आपके पास, the same thing in different parts will be delivered by the different speakers. Right? Someone may be talking about detailed blockchain, someone may be in IoT and smart intelligent packaging. Right? So I have given a just overview of whatever scenario is there, J&K in a global perspective. Now in detail, individual components will be discussed by other speakers. Hope you satisfied. Any query?
GI tag होता है ना?
GI tag.
वो भी blockchain होता है.
ब्लॉकचेन में GI टैग जरूरी है, ठीक है ना? क्योंकि थ्रू GI टैग यू कैन आइडेंटिफाई द लोकेशन कि एट विच लोकेशन व्हाट एक्टिविटी हैज बीन परफॉर्म्ड.
GI टैग में एक बार मिल जाने के बाद उसका ब्लॉकचेन से कोई मतलब नहीं रहता है ना सर?
अच्छा,
क्योंकि वो मतलब ये अप्रूव भी होता है उसको देख के कि मतलब वहाँ उस प्लेस पे हो रहा है, तो वो सिंगल प्रोडक्ट होता है, तो उसका सारा वेरीफाई गवर्नमेंट करती है, उसका ब्लॉकचेन से इसका कोई मतलब नहीं होता है सर.
तो वो ब्लॉकचेन की बेसिस पे तो GI टैग देता है ना.
हाँ.
GI टैग जो जनरेट होगा वो तो आपका ब्लॉकचेन से जो डेटा आ रहा है,
हाँ.
उसी डेटा से तो वो GI क्रिएट कर रहा है ना, and is being attached with the product. So while you are decoding the GI tag, you will get the whole history, isn't it? So GI tag is basically an integral part of the blockchain, and you can say it is the end product of the blockchain technology, isn't it? Okay? Should I close it?
To Dr. Faisal for giving this insightful presentation. So as a mark of respect, just from MSME sponsored training program, this Momento, and and file from the MSME team.
जी सर, ये भी एक आपका बैग.
Bag.
कहाँ से? वो तो participant होता है.
नहीं, वो सबके लिए है.
सबके लिए. So now the next presentation is from on the